All right, we're here. What's up, guys? Dang, dude, this room is hot, man. I feel like the room we're in is 80 degrees. I don't know why it's so hard to get the temperature of this room right. Ronaldo Ray, Rigo Rockstar, Daniel Berry, Sports Highlight. It was supposed to be cold today. It was supposed to have a 40 degrees today. I don't know why the room's so warm. It's just a freaking bazillion degrees. All right, let's see. Yo, TCZ, what's up, man? We are live. It's the day after Pokemon Card Day, Pokemon Day. Okay, let's put this in here. I'll grab this. Do you like that Dragonite background? It's so cool. I wanted to make it the thumbnail. I love looking at it. All right, so today's title shall be what's really going on in the stream. Nothing's changed dramatically in the last 24 hours. We have these really good breaks. Hot slab breaks are close. And then I would say the other, let's see, popular Pokemon UPC. Ultra Premium Collection was selling pretty fast yesterday. Well, we sold a couple of those, I think. Pokemon UPCs for sale, and then I'll just say live card shop. Maybe new Pricey slabs. Live card shop. All right, there we go. All right, cool. So yeah, slab breaks, Pokemon UPCs, and new expensive slabs on the table available for slab away. That's pretty accurate. Let's get over here and go ahead and ping the Discord server. It looks like somebody contacted me over here. Oops. Where? I don't see it. Oh, here it is. Do, 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 do. Mm-hmm. I see people talking about Monster Hunter in the Monster Hunter Discord server. So they're over there playing that. I wish I was playing it, but I've got to take care of you guys first. Very important. And then Kara's gonna be like, what are we doing today? Alright, very nice. Wait. This is wrong. We already posted in here. Delete this. We are. Aha. All right, now we're in the right channel. All right, there we go. All right, lovely. That's completed. Let's go ahead and close this. All right. And we'll click on this. And we have Eddie Mendoza, slab away the Rayquaza Altart, swapping with Nidoking. Alright, so we are doing a slabby spatty swap. YouTube asked me how satisfied I am with this notification. Really? I have never heard of that before. What'd you tell him? Just say, I hate it. There we go. Hopefully you're satisfied with it. I know some people are. Trump and Zelensky had a war. Yeah. Mike Side mentioned that to me in the Discord server, and I watched it. He gave me a clip, and I was like, "Yo, yeah, they were yapping, dude." Yeah, it was interesting. It was like watching the world leaders sort of like debate, but normally they debate in private, I'm sure, but instead they were doing it in public in front of the media. So it was really interesting. Yeah, it was interesting to watch. I'm sure people will be watching that video a couple times. Okay, let's go grab that Nidoking. Here we are. People want transparent government. There it is. we are. Let's see. Do 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 do. Scooby Dooby Buns. We're looking for Mr. Eddie Berto. Where is he? Should just be right here. Is it not right here? Eric Rodriguez. Ugh. Aha, there it is. Wow, right at the end. Weird. All right, so he's trading this back in. $2,000 Nidoking. Let's get a new sleeve. He disrespected America. No, it was interesting. It was interesting. You could tell Zelensky he doesn't want to concede the war. I think what he wants is to keep fighting. And obviously I think Trump doesn't want that. Trump just wants the war to end. It is. But, you know, Zelensky sounded doubtful that, you know, you could have diplomacy with Putin. And I think Trump was kind of saying, like, wow, you guys really don't get along, do you? Aha. Oh, something just sold on eBay. Feebay. Is this the right price for this still? Maybe I should have looked that up. Brandon, my homie. I'm playing Monster Hunter. All right, let's see. Let me double check this beautiful Nidoking. I've heard this soundtrack too many times. I'll turn it down a little bit. I've heard this soundtrack a lot. Okay, this is Aquapolis, right? So we have the English version, the cheapest one. There is no CGC 10 Nidoking for sale. There is one English one for sale. I'm sorry, one PSA graded one for sale for $5,000. So this is less than half of that. I think this is a very good price. If you want an Aquapolis Nidoking, I would consider it. By the way, I'll mention it looks great. So if you look it over, you know, because sometimes you got to be skeptical about these CGC 10s. It looks really good. So that's nice. So I think that one has a great chance of being scooped up again. And let's go ahead and do this. He was talking about how he wanted to swap over to our Rayquaza. Our Ray. Do you think this card has a chance at PSA 10? I would not assume that. Maybe it does, but I would not assume that because when it comes to CGC 10s, I don't know if PSA even, you know, will allow them to cross grade at all. Like maybe they'll just reject them. But what you could try to do, maybe you could cross it with like tag grading or SGC or Beckett first and then try to cross it to PSA. Or you can just try sending it straight to PSA. By the way, take a look at this. Here's some cards I just acquired. We got a nice Gengar Prism. So you saw I sold a Gengar, and then what did I do? I bought a Gengar. I do that kind of stuff all the time. Here's a Dark Charizard with a nice swirl by the tail. Okay, so we picked up another Dark Charizard. Big fan. Picked up another Gengar that replaces the one I just sold. Not lowering my position. I'm just selling you guys one. Also grabbed some Dratinis. We sold that Rainbow Dratini. Now, I will say this. These are not even close to holding a candle to the Rainbow one. But I went ahead and grabbed some of these anyways. Just because, you know, if we have Dratini sales coming in, then maybe we should snatch a couple. Look at that. Wow, look at the dramatic difference between Rainbow and Silver Foil. Really dramatic. So Silver Foil is nice, but Rainbow stands pretty far above it. Not even close. Rainbow's way prettier. And that's why these are cheaper. So Rainbow costs quite a bit more, and these are quite a bit cheaper. That's pretty normal. Rainbow's the preferred Topps card, but these sell all the time too, so these are cool too. I like them because they're very low pop. So those are some slab pickups for today. Did you guys like that? Do you think this card has a chance at PSA 10? Okay, so let's take these guys down now. My coveted Dark Dragonite collection. Let's say these were worth $5,000 each, which I'm not saying they are, but let's say they were $5K each. That's $25,000 in my hand. Holy, dude. That's a lot of money. Holy smokes. All right, and we'll set that guy there. Let's go get this Rayquaza. I think he was here, wasn't he? Here it is. So this is a red label, which means it's kind of overpriced. And the only reason you would want it is because you're anticipating that it'll go up in price over time. So here we go. Mr. Eddie says he thinks that's what's going to happen with it, and he would like to pay it down. When it's a red label, it automatically gets the full year for the being paid down. You can still cancel it like any card in Slab Away. Although, keep in mind, the cancellation fees still count. All right. Mister, did you get my Discord message? I haven't really looked at too many messages at all. I got a message, which I guess would be urgent. I got a message from a Mr. Sean, and he's from Canada, and he's saying that I used his old address to ship. But I asked Alexis if she has a label for him, because I didn't recognize his name, and she said she does not. So I'm a little worried that that one's already shipped. Yeah, I'm a little worried about that. I don't know what to do about that. Let me look back into that. But other than those two messages, Mike's side and this guy, I haven't looked at anything else. Hold on. I better solve it, huh? Where is he? Oh, man, this is so annoying. Dude, this room is so hot. I hate it. I hate how hot this room is right now. I liked it when it was cold. I think I have to hit refresh on Instagram because it's not up to date with what's going on from my phone. No, I don't even see the message. Where'd the message go? God, you gotta be kidding me. Let me log onto my phone and see if I can find it from there. His name was Sean. Here it is, Sean. And let's see. Let's just see if we can find his label real fast. Oh, this is NHCC. Oh, he goes by a different name. Okay. Okay, I figured it out. All right. That is confusing. I can respond to this now. So we can delete the previous label. I'd love to use my store credit to hop in a break. What breaks are currently up? Yeah, let's take a quick look at that. Let's finish this first. So Mr. Ediberto, we're going to put this up here. And we're going to make an adjustment to your Slab Away now. Let me just finish this real fast. So he's got the CGC Nido King. So this is going to say March 25 to 26 now. And it's going to say PSA 10. Oops, PSA 10 Rayquaza. And it looks like he had paid $20 into the Nido King. That means he had sent a total of $40. The cancellation fee is $20, but you still have that final $20 that was, that was in the Nido King. So your latest payment of $40 toward the Rayquaza will mean that at least $40 will go into here. So you'll have $13.40. So I'll say $13.80, and they'll say $13.60, and then $13.40, like that, okay? All right, so we applied your credit, we applied your current payment, and this makes it back to the table. It's a really lovely card. Now the breaks, yeah, we got some of the best breaks, guys. I'm a big fan of the breaks. I talk about them all the time. The Mega Break, it's getting close now. It's getting real close. Got the Mega Break. We got this Booster Slab Break. That's not too bad either. Look at that. 7 spots over there. That's not too bad. That's free. We're giving that away. Oh, wait. The breaks are over here. That's why I can't find them. So this is a giveaway we started yesterday. I suppose we should keep it going. Let's go ahead and hit refresh. Oh, wow. I sent the same thing. Ooh, he beat you to it then because he had already contacted me. I apologize. He contacted me about it last night. So, here we are. Well, hold on. I might have another one for you. Hold on. I might have more than one. Who knows? I mean, if I go buy another one, I think I'll be all right as long as you guys pay them down. Like, do me a... Let me see if I can find it. I'm not sure where I would have stored it. not in the char guard box. Okay, it's not in here. Where would I have stored it? That's Team Rocket. Maybe it's in here. Give me a second, okay? Give me a second. I might have another one. I think I do have another one. I'm pretty sure I had 2 of them. The only thing is, I don't know where I stored it. Actually, I don't think it's over here. Oh, those are some cool looking Rocket Returns cards, though. What's this? That's poker. So I think I do have another one. I just don't know where it's being stored at the moment. It might have to have a higher price, though. That's the problem. So guess when the table shakes, we disconnect, huh? Do we have a box of slabs somewhere else, I wonder? Okay, give me a minute here. Oh, wow, even more top slabs. These are great, man. We got some great Topps cards in our collection here. People really like that Rayquaza, man. We got a nice Rayquaza over here, too, don't we? Remember this? That's Delta Species. Super low pop. Those aren't available. What about in here? I had trouble finding the first one. Let's see. Yep, I'm in Oregon, not Canada. Yeah, not Canada. Jeez, guys. I had trouble finding the first Rayquaza. I don't know if I'd be able to find the second one super easy, but I'm pretty sure I had 2 of them. There. Let's see. Here's some stuff that looks like he could be over here. Okay, he is 100% not on my right side. You definitely had 2 Moonbryons. Yeah, I had 2 Moonbryons. I'm pretty sure I had 2 Rayquazas too, though. Maybe it hasn't arrived actually. Let me look into my. Hold on. Let me look into my purchases. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. I have 3 of them, but one of them's still on the way. That's what's going on. I have a total of 3. So I will be able to offer that again later in the future. Let's see. So, but that's popular, huh? So I'm doing research. I do like this guy a lot, you know. I'm not the biggest Rayquaza fan even, but I actually agree that his artwork is pretty insane. Let's see. I don't know why his artwork's so damn good, dude. It's just really good. Okay, so we have 3 more of these Rayquazas on the way now. I like how I could just snap my fingers and make that happen. It's fun. Do you think PSA will finally be done in March? Probably. Yeah, they'll probably be done. Okay. The brakes. Let's get it going. There we go. Okay, we took care of Mr. Eddie Berto. Brandon Boutillier, in case you missed it, read my Discord message, Mr. Okay, let's see Brandon's message. Here it is. He says, can I switch Slabberways? I currently have the Crystal Nidoking 10. You had the exact same desire. You wanted to swap out of the Crystal Nidoking into the Rayquaza. I don't have them anymore. We just did that for the other guy. I'll have another one, but the problem is when it arrives, it'll probably be a different price than the one we just did, okay? Any fees can be taken for the payments already made for my previous Slabberway. Yes. Yes, we can still work on that, okay? I promise. I don't mind taking back a Crystal Nido King. That never makes me feel bad. That's why some cards go up into availability for Sabaway, because I am very comfortable holding those cards forever. Like, they're just always good. Brandon Wong, he says, combining $89 with $7 left in store credit for a box of Azure Lane. Okay, box of Azure Lane. Where is my Azure Lane? Do I not have a fresh box right next to me? I swear to God we had a box right next to us, Mr. Brandon, but I don't see it. I might have to stand up for this one, guys. All right, let me go get some more Azure Lane, everybody. I love the card, but it's too expensive for me. Sure. All right. All right. Ha-ha. Mr. Brandon, one whole box of Azure Lane. Let me do this real fast. Get these put away. We could get you started right now if you wanted, Brandon. But I was going to ask a little more on the next Rayquaza. It was going to be 15, okay? 1.5, that is. Here it is. That's kind of how it works, because they get more expensive. I don't know if you'd still be interested at that point. Okay. All right. How much for the Dark Dragonite ITE Slave Mister? What? What are you talking about? Dark Dragonite Slave? Dark Dragonite's a free ban! Did someone say tops? Oh, Slab. Oh, okay. Yeah, Slab. The Dark Dragonites are super cool, aren't they? But those I definitely can't sell, because I can't buy any more of them. They're impossible to get. There's one on eBay for $24,000. I tell you what, if you want to buy one for $24,000, I might actually be open-minded to that. $24K for one Dragonite, I think I'll survive. Yeah, if you'd like one for $24,000, I'll do that. I don't think anyone's going to buy him for that much. Go buy a Gold Star Torchic or something. But he's pretty rare. I mean, the Gold Star Torchic is more rare, but he's like pop 52 or something like that. I mean, that is quite rare. But 24 is kind of high. I could see it doing 10,000. You know, you got the Expedition Dragonite. That card often is. It's the same with the Legendary Collection Dragonite. Those cards are often listed around 10,000, and they have similar low populations. So maybe 10,000. But I don't. If it's here's the craziest part. If you offer me 10,000 for it right now, I'd be like, nah, thanks. I'll hold the card because I got this really nice monopoly going on, 6 of them. That's like 10% of the market, and I kind of don't want to give that up. So when the Rayquaza gets there, we're doing the switch. So I could do 15 on the Rayquaza right now, and we'll just give you a placeholder, and then when it arrives, I'll just write your name on it, if you're interested in that. We are. All right. Ooh. PokePitch wants a spot in Gyarados with his store credit. Ooh. We are. Let's see. We got a holo. We got a holo. This is for Brandon Boutillier. Or not Brandon Boutillier. Brandon Wong. Okay. PokePitch. Whatever happened to the 9.5 Torchic? I didn't have a 9.5 Torchic. Oh, you mean the CGC 10 Torchic? He's just sitting in a box. I've got CGC 10 Gold Star Torchic, and I got PSA 10 Gold Star Mudkip. I'd probably sell that Torchic. Oh, that's 3 full arts. I think there's no Siggy in this box, Mr. Brandon. Nice shot, though. We are. Okay, here's this girl with the gigantic hoo-has. We got this girl. We got this girl as well. Me in your eye. Who's the wrong Trump, Vance, or Zelensky? It's complex. It's complex. You know, the nice thing for me is I'm not on the spot in front of reporters playing a game of politics, so I can really just kind of sit down and think about it in a very dry and analytical way. You know, you have to see it from everyone's perspective, Europe's perspective, America's perspective, Ukraine's perspective, and yes, even Russia's perspective. Russia just kind of sees, you know, Ukraine like it's a puppet state of Europe and of America, and that it's formerly part of the Soviet Union. Like, hey, that's our territory that we lost to during the Cold War, and now we want it back. You know, when the satellite states all collapsed, he wants it back now. It's a rich country. It's got the minerals. It's got the oil. He wants it back. And so he's just doing whatever he can to get it back. And who's to say that he's necessarily wrong for trying to do that? I mean, maybe that's all a leader is. Like, what exactly is the purpose of a leader? Is the purpose of a leader to do what's right? Or is it the purpose of a leader to try and make his country the most powerful? Well, if you're trying to become the most powerful, you might not always do what's, you know, holy, but you might do whatever your next best chess move is. Maybe pushing your way into Ukraine is your next best chess move, or maybe not. Here's Brandon. The United States and Europe doesn't like that. They want to say, hey, you can't do what you want. We control the world. You can't take territory unless, you know, we all agree to it. We don't do that anymore. There's no more expansion. That's in the past. No, we're in this new world order where NATO has a lot of power and influence in the world, and you don't get to decide what you want to do with your military, even though you have tons and tons and tons of nukes. We'll tell you where you can go, and Ukraine is sovereign, and blah, blah, blah. So it just kind of goes on and on and on, doesn't it? And it's just a bit more complicated. The biggest thing that I take away is, how can you call yourself a state if you don't have a big enough military to protect yourself? And maybe what Ukraine thought was going to happen is if Putin invaded, they were going to get help from the United States and they were going to get help from Europe. And that's turning out to kind of not be true because Americans voted in Trump to end the war. And I think we all kind of know what that means. If you're talking about ending the war, it probably means some concessions toward Russia. We don't want World War III. We don't want to fight a nuclear world power. And we don't want to spend any more billions of dollars in another country that's halfway across the world. Europe should have to do that. That country's next to Europe. Europe should have to pay for the war. It's, you know, it's really close to them. But they don't have any money either. They're broke. Europe's broke. They have terrible economic growth. And they've got massive inflation in their countries, and their people aren't super happy about it. Okay, Mr. Brandon, I remember you have a box. We are. So, you know, at this point, if Ukraine cannot win its own wars at all, it's a puppet state. That's what it is. It's a puppet state. It doesn't exist by its own right. It exists because other countries allow it to exist. It either belongs to Russia because it can't stop Russia, or it belongs to us because we tell Russia they're not allowed to go in there. That's it. They either have to defend themselves and win, or they lose and they become someone else's country. That's how it works. So that's what's going on here. Zelensky wants to keep fighting, and he wants to throw the big finger, you know, the middle finger at Putin, and I don't blame him. I mean, Putin just killed a bunch of Ukrainians, and the Ukrainian people just fought tooth and nail to be free of Putin. So they don't want this. They don't want any concessions toward Putin. They don't want to be friends with Putin. And America does want to be friends with Putin. It's pretty obvious. Trump wants to be friends with Putin. He wants to get along with him. And then I don't know exactly what Europe wants. I think a little bit it's mixed. I think most of Europe's on Zelensky's side, and then maybe a couple places are a little more on Putin's side, maybe like Poland or something. I don't know. Here we go. Jeff Leon. One Neuvern for Jeff Leon. One prismatic. So, but at the end of the day, if Europe doesn't front the money in the military to protect Ukraine, then that's the end of it. Europe either has to send its troops into Ukraine and start dying and fighting, because Putin, he got North Korea. So, you know, if you want it to be a world war, if you want to put troops on the ground and start shooting each other and start yelling about which nuclear bomb you're going to use where, if you want to keep doing that, well, then go do it, right? Europe can go do that if it wants to. It can just go do that. It doesn't want to. Neither does the United States. So Putin's kind of getting what he wants. He pushed his way in. He says, I got nuclear bombs. You want to play chicken? You want to play nuclear bomb chicken? And Europe and America's kind of going, well, we kind of have it good where we live already. we don't really have to save Ukraine. We could just kind of back off and, you know, make it hard for you to take it too quickly. And we don't really want to play a nuclear war chicken with you because we have pretty good lives in our countries already, and our own people don't want it. And so that's what's going on right now. So Zelensky's in the White House, and he's, you know, upset about all this, but what can he do? And when Trump says you have no cards to play, that's what he means. Like, what are you gonna actually do, Ukraine? Like, you can't do much. Here's Darwin Morales for finish my slab away and slab away the PSA 10 Rayquaza Altart. Oh my God, there's like 2 people ahead of you, Darwin. Darwin, I don't have any more Rayquazas. Would you like me to buy one for you and offer it to you at $1,500? Would you like that? Darwin, I'm going to go in and finish your slab away for you. So anyways, that's my analytical assessment of what's going on. So Darwin Morales, he's got a $45 CGC 10 Leafeon VMAX Altart. I will take it for 1.5. Says Jack. This is Jack. Oh man, hold on. So let's take care of Mr. Darwin first, one at a time. I'm a bit confused. He was pretty popular, huh? I'm worried that we'll have people back out of some of those Slabaways, though. Apparently, I could have asked more on the first one. Okay, I don't think he's in here. What do you guys think of that? I want to hear your opinions on it, guys. Did it outrage you? Are you on Trump's side? Are you on Zelensky's side? Are you on Europe's side? I'd love to hear your opinions. Aha! Wow, what a pull, man. What a card. This is fantastic. You guys got to see what he had. This is cool as heck. That's me. I'm Darwin. Oh! Your name is Jack in the channel, so it got me. Putin's a war criminal. Here it is. Ooh. Every leader that ever took land, you could call a war criminal. It's like, it's almost as if the world doesn't truly run on morality. It just doesn't. The world doesn't run on morality. It runs on who has the biggest gun. That's it. That is the stark reality of the world, and it's an awful feeling, but it is true. You cannot deny it. All right, give me a minute here. The world runs on powerful weapons. Those are, once you have the biggest gun, then you can choose what's moral. If you don't have a big gun, you don't get to choose. So it's not super nice out there. Okay, so we are setting ourselves up. It really says I should be selling at about 1.6. All right, we're setting ourselves up with yet another Rayquaza. Okay, Darwin, all done with this. There we go. Okay. So we got two placeholders, basically, for the Rayquaza. And let's start setting you up with that. Let's take care of you first, okay? Because you're actually in the queue, so we're going to start taking care of you. Could you check Discord message? You're not going to like it. What do you mean I'm not going to like it? Dear TCC. I'm not going to like it. Well, you said, I'm sending out a package. Oh, here it is. Could I trade my raw signatures and the Flood Halo Gold number for 2 Nikki boxes? It's like you said before, just for fun. Maybe. All right, so hold on. Let me go ahead and get this done, though. Give me a second here. So this is going to say Darwin Morales. All right, Darwin, I am going to work with you. Rayquaza 1500. And that's it. That's your slab away right here. It's just a placeholder until the actual card arrives. This says I owe you one. When Pokemon rule the world ran differently before humans and will run differently after humans. There we go. Okay, Darwin Morales. Darwin with the D. We're now going to set you up, Darwin. This will now say March 25, 26. Darwin Morales. PSA 10 Alt Rayquaza. $1,500. $1,480 remains. Okay, how does that sound? All right, it's all set up. I'm putting you up here. All right, that's taken care of. Let's get a rotation on these. I thought you were doing that with me as well, says Brandon. Brandon, so let me think about it. You're doing, okay, you sent in a penny message already, and we are doing one with you. I just bought 2 new Rayquazas, and you agreed to the same thing, $1,500. And so what I need to do is I need your Aquapolis. That's what I need. Okay, let me go do this for him, guys. He says, take the fees out of my current slab away to pay for it. Okay, your slab away must be in this box right now. We got some Crystal Nidokings back today. Fantastic card. It is. All right. You really want to give this up? Are you sure? For 3.85? That's a good price. Just say the word. I'll do it, okay? All right, let's see. Brandon Boutillier. I'm looking into it. Looks like you have $150 of store credit. That's perfect. There's a $20 cancel fee. It looks like you had a whole year set up for the Nidoking. Did I just give that to you, or did you pay for that? I don't remember. You should have been putting up expensive modern Slabways. Yeah, apparently. 3 more spots. How's Dark Charmeleon still going? Yes, Dark Charmeleons are right here. 3 spots left. How do you get access to the giveaway channel? You must ask a moderator for a role in the Discord server to access the giveaway channel. So we do that so that people can't just create a bunch of fake accounts. We do that so that we kind of know who you are. Just tell them who you are. Say I'm Rip and Flip. You know, I've got a TCC ball. They'll 100% give you the spot. You just ask. Yeah, you just ask. I paid for the year. Okay, so since you paid for the year, and you're getting that year for free with the Rayquaza, we're going to refund you that $20 on that. And but remember, there is a $20 fee as well for canceling this. So that's how it looks. So you should be getting. Give me a second here. A lot of math going on here. $150 plus. Yeah, plus the $20 from the extension, right? So $170. Okay, so you have $170 before slabbing away the Rayquaza, and now you're slabbing it away. That's going to cost you $20. So minus 20. So we should just be applying $150 to that Rayquaza. That's what's going to be happening. So now we're going to do the same thing for you as we did for the other guy, Brandon Boutillier. 1,500. I don't feel super comfortable doing these red label Slabaways. Like, I don't like to have a lot of them because I've been doing this a long time, and I've had an awful lot of the red label Slabaways get canceled. People realize they don't like the price. However, when the market is rising, maybe it's a bit safer to do it if you think about it, because just 2 months ago, the market was not rising, it was falling. And so maybe that is all part of it. We know what that is. That is for the Rayquaza. Let's go ahead and type you up here. This is going to say March 25 to 26. PSA 10 Rayquaza Alt. 1,500 minus 150, which is $1,350 remains. There it is. It's all set up, Mr. Brandon. All right, and this comes back to the table. That was not a bad slab away. You must really want this Rayquaza. That was not a bad slab away, because he's gonna go back into my personal collection for now. Is what he's gonna do. That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna go back into the personal collection. Here we are. Just put him back over here. That's a pretty good one. We've got the CGC one up on the table for now, so that'll suffice. Thanks a lot. No problem, man. No problem. All right, so we are done with those Slabaways. Next up, we've got Dylan Chan, 2 Terra Festivals. Mr. Dylan Chan. Where even are the Terra Festivals? I don't know where I put them last. We should have an open box of them somewhere. I'm pretty sure we do. Oh, is that it? There we go. 1 pack. Is it just the 1 pack? It's just the 1 pack, so we need a new box now. Okay. have a festival. Thanks a lot, Mister. No problem, man. If you're happy with it and that helps you get a Rayquaza, that's a lot of fun, you know. It's a service, isn't it? To be able to have something that you know is in Slab Away that you can go put $50 toward here and there, right? Like, what's 1,500 divided by 15? Isn't it like 30 or something? I think it's 30. So $30, $50 payments and it's done. It's not too bad. It's not cheap either, but it's not too bad. So it kind of gives you like a goal to work on. Or if you want to say it in a nerdier way, kind of like a PokeQuest. We are. That was my original idea for Slab Away. All the way back when we started it like 3 years ago, I realized one of the hardest problems for a lot of collectors is how hard it is to focus and save your money up when there's so many things to spend your money on that are cheap. But it's hard to save that money up and buy something expensive. So Slab Away, it costs a fee, but it gives you the ability to focus on something that's expensive. Right? Like, let's say, you know, you had $50 to spend every week. Oh, could it be? Whoa, that's crazy. That's crazy, Mr. Dylan Chan. Wow. Dylan Chan having quite a day. Look at that. That's a beautiful. The 2-pack Mumbreon. Wow. All right. That's beautiful, man. Very good. So good. So tasty. There we go. That's the thing. What's the price of that right now? The Umbreon, is he going down? Dylan, I think he is a card that's moving down slightly as people are ready to move on to the next set. If you end up wanting to sell him, I'll be a buyer, but I just say that because I'm getting ready to do a submission. Here we are. I have to do a submission soon. And I do not have one of these in that submission. That's Dylan Chan. There we go. Umbreon was just sitting all alone. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that brazy? Okay. I wonder what Umbreon's opinion on the war is. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I wonder what Umbreon's opinion on Slab Away is. Mister, let me slab away a Dark Dragonite at Red Label. I would let you slab away one of those Dragonites for maybe $16,000. That's maybe a real offer. And then that'd be it. And that'd be a ridiculous valuation. $16,000. Not impossible, but ridiculous. And then I would take $16,000 and hopefully buy another one day. But that would be it. Dylan Chan, should we clip that? I guess we can clip it. We were talking about Slab Away. Let's go over here. I feel like we don't have enough clips. Dylan Chan 2-pack Umbreon clip at 43 minutes. I mean, it's definitely a top pull of the month. Whoa, 43 minutes in already. How are we already 43 minutes in? All right, David Smith. He says Ditto Karuta and $20 of store credit. Here you go, Ditto Karuta. Let's go find that. Ah. Are you still open-minded to my proposition? I mean, I could do that. I feel like you're better off just holding those signatures, man, you know? It is. I just saw a raw one for $750. What, a raw Umbreon? Okay, let me put that over there. That is surprising. Okay. Now we have an order from Carlton Wicks. 100 toward a Slab Away. Carlton. We do not get enough time in the daytime stream, I swear to God. Daytime stream is very popular. We get a lot done here in the daytime stream, a surprising amount. 510 remaining. We get a surprising amount done in the daytime stream. 4 battle partners. 4 battle partners. Battle partners. I'm trying to find them. Oh, here they are. Found them. I was going to say, oh, maybe we start a new box. Ta-da! Not a fan of the current raw signatures. I'm way more interested in the signatures that are at Beckett right now. We are. 2 China Hidden Fates. Chinese Hidden Fates. 1 Holo Shuffle. 1, 2, 3. Boom. We got Reggie Gigas. Damn it, Reggie Gigas. And there's two China in the face. Bing shaling. Ooh. After I pay off the Gengar slab away, how much is reslabbing PSA? Oh, you mean like sending it to PSA to get like an updated looking label? I don't know. Could be pricey. Could take a long time too. The slab away. Which Gengar did you have? I'm curious. Oh, wow. Look at that. Just sitting in the box, Carlton. Altart Zoroark. Wow. Wow, back-to-back baddies. That's pretty good. Okay, here's a holo. Vending. You mean the Prism Cardos one? Yeah. Ooh. What? Double Zoroark? I feel like that's a clip. We got this right after the Umbreon got pulled. That's so cool. That's so crazy. That's so brazy. Okay, and a Golisopod. Right. OP11 just released. Do you have it, mister? I do not have it yet, and it's not supposed to release until March 1st, I believe, right? Let me see. I did pay for that, didn't I? Hold on. Now you're making me question it. I'm sure I did. Give me a second. You're making me question if I did, but I'm pretty sure I did. Oh, why is this so terrible? Here it is. Okay, so. Yes, we have 4 cases of OP11 pre-ordered. So we have 4 cases coming in. I think we only have 4 cases. Do you think that'll be enough, or do you think it's more popular than that? We have 4 cases. That's less. I got 8 cases of EV2, and that one did not sell very well. So I'm stuck with a bunch of EV2. Okay. March 1st is tomorrow. Oh, there's only 28 days in February. I gotta remember that. Yes, it is. The Vending 1996. Nice, dude. That's a great card, and it is possible to upgrade the label with PSA. You can even have them regrade it too. So there's different options. You can have them regrade it, or you can have them to try and get the more recent certification, or you can just have them update that label. I got like an itchy hand here. We are. OP11 is going to be way more popular than the EV2. Maybe I buy a little more of it. We are. You know, I noted that the guy who I normally buy from said he was sold out, and I thought that was odd. So that's Carlton Wicks. Let's go grab one of these. My birthday is in March. It's a Luffy manga again. All right, here we are. Let me ask this guy real fast. Okay. All right, and now let's get this put away. New Manga Luffy, Nami Leader, and Altart, and Crazy as Peoples. Here we are. I'm hyped. Did the holo shuffle? Yes, we did 1 holo shuffle for Carlton Wicks, and Carlton Wicks pulled Reggie Gigas. There we have it. 6 corrupted Lugia break. 6 corrupted Lugia break. All right, here you go, Miss 6. Dude, it's so hot in this room, dude. It's unbearably hot. Did I have a drink? Didn't I have a drink? Did I finish the drink off already? All right. Andon Berard, 3 holo shuffles for our friend, Mr. Andon. All right, Mr. Andon. Mr. Andon. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. It's getting hot in California. Ta-da! Did you see Zelensky getting... Ooh, these are nice. Look at that. You got to keep these. Did you see Zelensky getting drilled? He was getting drilled by both Trump and Vance. Yeah, it was pretty crazy to watch. What do you think of that, guys? Let's see. It's so weird seeing another leader from another country getting sort of like disrespected, just kind of beat up on a bit, and he was kind of beaten up back too, right? Like he wasn't agreeing. It was almost like an open debate. But it's weird when our own politicians debate with each other. That's normal. You're used to that. It's weird seeing our leader debate a different leader from a different country, especially over such a sensitive topic. If you regrade with PSA, what happens if they think it's lower than 10? Well, you can tell them if they think it's lower than... I'm pretty sure you can say the minimum grade has to be 10. So they won't update it if they don't think it won't get the 10. So PSA tends to let you choose a minimum grade. Zelensky's got to go, says Wrath. Yeah, I mean, I think I kind of get where he's coming from. He wants to keep the war going. He wants Europe and America to invest in this war, and he wants Ukraine to be sovereign, and he wants to win and throw Putin out. He doesn't like Putin. He thinks Putin's the aggressor. He is. He thinks Putin's not going to respect any kind of deal they make today. You know, Zelensky's country could kind of get screwed by the U.S. with this mineral deal where they give up mineral rights, but then at the same time, maybe Putin just keeps taking land anyways. So I'm sure Zelensky sort of feels like he's in a tough position right now, and he has to make sure he doesn't get screwed too bad. Here's Travis Nova for Holo Shuffle and my store credit for a Gyarados spot. Okay. Here it is for a spot in the Gyarados, which is right here. Still taking orders. Yes, send one in right now. Anything for Mr. Askew. Here's this. Have you reholdered old PSA labels? No, I've never bothered. Maybe I should. It's never been a real problem for me, to tell you the truth. What I do is I do take a look at the card inside of the holder to make sure it looks nice. That's about it. Okay, so 4 of the Holo Shuffles. Bro does not know how to deal with geopolitical issues. It's scary how embarrassing that was. 1, 2, 3. Do you mean Trump or do you mean Zelensky? 1, 2, 3, 4. You said bro, but I don't know which bro you're talking about. Here's a cold round, Mr. Travis Noah. All right. And he says, you can update my last name. Oh, okay, we can do that. So give me a minute. I know you gave me 200 billion. I swear I didn't get 100 billion of it, though. So can I get more? Yeah. Okay, there's all your other cards. And now let's get you a fresh bag. Well, I think it kind of comes back to this idea of what is sovereignty? Isn't sovereignty where you can mostly fight your own war? Maybe you need a little help, but not like... You don't need other countries to basically fight your whole war for you at this point, like to completely pay for the war. And if that's not possible, it's like you're not a real country. And that is just really not fun to admit. There it goes. He's just in a bad position. It's hard to be on the border of Russia. And that's another thing. How do we feel about Russia? Do we like Russia? Is Russia a bunch of jerks? Like, maybe Russia's a bad guy. But I don't know what it is I hate the most about Russia other than I don't like Putin. But I feel like Russia's just another country. They don't do anything in particular that I dislike. Let's see. So now we've got Dennis Chantavong. Hey, mister, it's been a while. 1 Lugia slab break. There we go. Dennis Chantavong. The number one thing I don't like about Russia right now is the fact that they're at war. That's the number one thing. But after that, I don't really care. I like Russia. Russian women. Hey, that's misogyny. In 2018, CNN was calling Ukraine the most corrupt country. Yeah, I've heard of that. Let's see. I've heard of that before. Swap these out. So this is going to be 20. Mister, did you get my Ditto order? I sure did. Here it is. Ditto. See? David Smith, we opened up your Holo Shuffle too. It was a cold one, okay? So you got Ditto. All right, now, Dennis, this ticks it up to 20 out of 28. Russian people are very nice. They obviously show that they stand their ground. The real world sits where it's at. I know I gave you 200 billion. I swear I didn't go 100 billion of it. So can I get more? OG Bop says Trump. All right, so what do we got next? Alexio Alvarez. Mr. Ivanbox, 1 Prismatic Evo and ship me out. Really? Did you already have the shipping paid for then, Mr. Alexio? I presume you did. Let's go ahead and... open this. God, my hand's really itchy over here. It's like I got to scratch it. I keep scratching it. There you go. Do you go for the nuke? Me Russian. What? Did you see the Dark Charmeleon break order? Says Jack Woodworth. Oh, I'm sure it's here, Jack. Let me just get to it, okay? There's a couple orders. I'm just getting all these orders done. All right. So, Alexio, you got a cute little roaring moon. I think it's a learning moment for the world from a historical point of view, because Ukraine actually used to have nuclear bombs, and they denuclearized at kind of like a promise that they would have protection, and that was a huge mistake. They should have never denuclearized. Alexio, you know, countries like North Korea, they're never going to give up their nukes. They're not going to do it. Countries like Iran, they're going to continue to pursue nuclear power because they know that you can't really rely on the world to protect you. If you have nukes, then you're like a serious country at that point. So every country that's aspiring to have power will want to have nukes because they know you can't mess around with them anymore. And you've got no guarantees if you don't have any nukes. So nuclear bombs continue to be very important. All right, Alexio. He said, I have a box. I'm so silly, Alexio. I was looking in the other boxes. Let's go find your box. Ah, here it is. Ta-da! How brazy. Faster, mister, you're not satisfying the customers. Yeah. Zelensky had an easy deal to help end the war and start rebuilding his country. Instead, blows up the people who've been 90% funding him and wants to continue grinding his people in the war. I think that's an interesting point. Like, I think what you're saying is all he had to do was come in and say, please, take all our minerals and then, you know, protect our land or something. But instead, he's kind of fighting with the people who are offering them the protection. But maybe it's because he just doesn't like the terms of the deal. Maybe he feels like the deal is too nice to Russia or something, you know. I don't know, because I'm sure they have been negotiating this problem for a while. So, Alexio, you say ship me out. I think you didn't actually send in for shipping, but maybe you've sent before. Just let me know about that, Alexio. In the meantime, I'll get this label made. All right. We'll hit print. Yeah, it seems like all Zelensky has to do is say, yes, we know that we took quite a bit of your military equipment and money, and we'd be happy for you to be paid back for that. And so please give us all the protection. We're going to treat you better than Putin's going to treat you. Because right now, I think Trump's he's got some sort of friendship thing going on with Putin, where maybe they're similar personality types. I don't know. Or maybe he wants to be friends with Putin. I don't know. Excuse me. But so maybe Putin's being very nice to Trump. We don't know. We don't know what happens all the time in these negotiations. I think I heard a rumor that there is a minerals deal being worked out between the United States and Russia. And so that's kind of a big deal as well. And Trump's probably sitting back going, what do I do? Do I let Putin do what he wants and I take a big mineral deal with Russia? Or do I protect Ukraine and take a mineral deal with Ukraine? But it's an interesting thing if that's what's going on. Because it once again just shows you what a struggle it is to have a country and that you really have to have something going for you. Here's Jack Woodworth. 1 spot for Dark Charmeleon, 2 Holo Shuffles. That's Jack. You either have to have enough military for yourself to justify your existence as it is, or you have to be able to have allies that are more than just allies for its own sake. You have to have a reason to tell people to go die for you or to spend all their money for you. It is Jack. This goes toward the Dark Charmeleon. All right, here it is. Yeah, it's almost like people want to live in this like new time period where war doesn't exist and land grabbing doesn't exist. It's like, what are you talking about? Of course it exists. This is why conservatism is a thing. You know, when the conservatives say you have to have a military, it's because of this. It's like the threat of being taken over by another country. It's never gone. It's never, you know, it's not kumbaya. Kumbaya is an illusion. Kumbaya is delusional. There is no kumbaya. It's we'll eat your sandwich if you don't protect it. There's Charmeleon up to 5. Thank you very much, Mr. Jack. Did we get those 2 Holo Shuffles? Let's get the 2. I feel like I already did. Do we? No, I don't feel like we did. Hold on. Send them back. You should snag it and let me slab away for $500 red label. The Rocket Returns was reduced to 400. Here it is. Ta-da! All right, there you go. Jack Woodworth. That's 2 Holo Shuffles, and they were cold. Mr. Jack, do you want these? I'll put them right here, Jack. Sorry about that. 2 cold ones. Caleb Ibarra wants a box of Battle Partners. Ooh, good choice. Battle Partners, very good. Good choice. I just have to know where I'm getting my Battle Partners from these days. Where am I storing my Battle Partners? Battle Partners. All right. Ow. Battle Partners. Ta-da! Whew. EU constitutions have given 48 billion. It's proven Europe gave them a lot more money. Actually, let's ask ChatGPT. Maybe ChatGPT has a answer to that one, because I've heard some conflicting answers to that too. Who has given more money to Ukraine for the Ukraine war? Europe or the USA? All right, we'll let it answer that. Let's get this open. European nations have contributed 32 billion in aid, whereas the United States has allocated around 114 billion in similar forms of aid. Okay, so it says the reason there's a conflicting argument over who's given more is because of the nature on how you count the aid. Yeah, so it says, so it depends on how you count the aid. Do you count it as military equipment? Do you count it as humanitarian aid? Like, what counts? And I would say, yeah, it definitely counts. I mean, if it's not like military weapons are free, right? So you have to count that, I feel, especially since it's directly related to the war. Entry-level engineer could have figured that out. Wakanda forever, but the Doge numbers make sense. What Doge numbers? What? Do you pay for ChatGPT? No, I just got the free version of ChatGPT. I'm looking at statistics from December 2024. Here it is. You ready? All right. According to ChatGPT, the U.S. has given more money than Europe combined. One country, our country is one country, and we've given more than all of Europe combined. And that's if you count the aid, humanitarian aid, and if you count the military aid. So it's not just like a straight cash injection. We actually give them stuff. That's ChatGPT saying that, though. And maybe you could get ChatGPT to say it differently, because remember, it's just an AI software. Here we are. All right. Okay, we're going to snip this. Snip. I mean, that's pretty crazy, right? We're just one country. There we go. The United States has provided more overall aid to Ukraine than any single European country, but Europe as a whole has contributed more when all EU member states and institutions are combined. That sounds like that sounds like a contradiction. Like, is it one way or the other? The U.S. has provided more overall aid than any single European country is what you're saying. So ChatGPT was saying that it gave more than all of Europe if you counted all of the things we sent, not just the money. Let's see. Aid as of early 2024, 75 billion. Military, financial, humanitarian aid, European Union countries over 144 billion. That figure does not look right. 75 billion. I could have sworn I saw a lot of news heads that said we gave more than just 75 billion. U.S. has provided then everything. Europe has sent most of all EU members. Yes, here we are. All right, here's Snorlax. Very nice. Here's, whatever the case is, that number does look smaller than Trump's pretty wild claim of $350 billion. I wonder where he gets that from. Is that just a purely made up figure, or is he talking about something else that we've done? Here we are. Why we size measuring the aid? Well, I mean, it matters. It matters. Yeah, I'd say the amount of aid matters. It's a lot of money. Instead of spending $75 doing war socialism for another country to justify its existence, we could be spending that money building something over here, paying for people's medical bills, paying down our out-of-control national debt that is going to bankrupt us because we are broke. We're actually broke as a country. Our national debt is so bad that we are officially broke. We have a country that is about to be financially over, unviable, because of our level of debt. The amount of debt we have and the amount of interest we pay on the debt is so severe that it's larger than the amount of money we bring in each year. That's how crazy it is. It's actually larger than our GDP. And so we don't just have a bunch of free money laying around. The government has to borrow that money with even more interest and put us into further debt. And so how can we be fighting other people's wars? They're not even a member of NATO. But it's because we don't like Russia. We're scared of letting Russia gain more power and expand because we don't like Russia. Russia was the reason we created NATO, because they were the whole Cold War and all that. I think Trump's argument is that the Cold War is over and that we need to get over the Cold War and be friends with Russia again, like treat Russia like a serious country with nukes. Ooh. So he's saying we need to get past that, the whole Cold War. But then again, Putin's going out there trying to get its satellite states back. Oh, you got Lily's Clefairy. Ooh. So, it's a very tense, it's a very interesting thing. It is. All right, and here's, if Europe really wants this, they should go send their troops into Ukraine. That's what they should do. They can go initiate World War III with Russia, and it will be very interesting. Maybe they'll win. Maybe Russia will be toppled and Putin will be overthrown. Who knows? They lost the Cold War. There you go. All right. They're talking about that. They want to deploy troops. The UK wants to deploy troops. They're talking about it. France wants to deploy troops. But right now they're talking about it as potential peacekeeping troops. If they don't want it to be about peacekeeping, they can deploy troops, just be like, yeah, let's keep the war going. But the question is, how involved should we be? And is it really such a bad idea if Trump tries to get some of the aid back, in the form of like a minerals deal? Because if you help make a country legitimate, if you pay for a country to exist, maybe you should be owed some of that money back because they are continuing to exist. It's not super nice, but it's not necessarily wrong in his thinking, in my opinion. I mean, again, we're broke. We're not rich. I think that's something Americans don't realize. We're not rich anymore. This is not a rich country. This is a country with a high income, but a debt so high that we're broke. This is a poor country, a country where the cost of living is going up and your government can't help you with it. Brandon Wong, $42 for 6 packs of Nikkei and 1 cent for trading in 4 raw, Weiss signatures, and Flood Halo gold currently in my bag for whatever equivalent in Nikkei boxes. Let me get those 6 packs of Nikkei for you real fast. How late are we into this stream? At an hour and 8 minutes. Monster Hunter, wow, when? Might be later tonight. The mission of us being the light in the world, not we are the darkness. What does that even mean? Is that like from a kid's fairy tale story? Like, what does that mean? The light in the world? Were the founding fathers the light of the world when they decided they didn't like paying taxes? They just started murdering a bunch of British guys? That's not the light of the world. That's not how it works. It's really just about power, isn't it? Right? So founding fathers didn't like that they had to pay taxes to some guy who lives over there. And they said, I know what we do about this. We kill people who tax us. That has nothing to do with morality. It's everything to do with power. You have so much power that you're free, right? And so that's power. And power is not about, being the Pope or being the preacher, being a priest, altar boys. It has nothing to do about that. It has to do with power. And power is almost like a mean thing, actually. That's the interesting thing about power. All right, so 6 packs of Nikkei. Go up and read. Oh, maybe I missed something. the role we put on ourselves, but also to also hold our power as the global superpower. If you want to be a global superpower, we have to not be broke. That's what I think. We can't be broke. We have to not be broke. If we bankrupt ourselves fighting other people's wars, being war socialists, war socialism is so crazy that that's where Democrats have gotten to. They want to pay for other people's wars now. That's wild, man. We don't have the money for that. We're actually already broke. Here it is. We're so broke we have to shrink our government because we have out of control spending. Every single year, our government has a fight where they talk about how high they're going to raise the debt ceiling. How much money do we have to justify other countries' existence where they don't have enough military power to win a war anymore? Think about it. We don't get anything from that. Well, we do now, apparently, with the mineral deal. Here we are. All right. But I get it. We don't like Russia. Russia's the bad guy. They're the bad guy in a lot of Hollywood movies. They are the bad guy in a lot of Hollywood movies. So they seem like a bad guy to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I don't know. We're supposed to be really smart. Brandon Wong, here goes. We are a broke country, and I feel like there's a lot of people who do not realize how bad it is. We are very broke. We are all out of money. We are negative $32 trillion in money. We are super broke. Here's, ooh, very nice. Go up and read. Mr. What you, 3 years later, almost $500 billion spent, nothing to show. Here we are. And people are debating how much has actually been spent. But yeah, it's a lot of money. It's not free. None of it's free. But again, they are just a puppet country. If they require Europe and they require the United States to fight the war for them, it's a puppet country. They aren't part of NATO. And I think that the reason that Putin triggered this war is because we had been encroaching on their little buffer state, basically. Ukraine's like this buffer state between Europe and Russia. And they're trying to push Ukraine into becoming a NATO member. And they want to probably put military weapons in Ukraine. And Russia said, oh, Biden's in power and he's looking really stupid after Afghanistan. I better make my move right now. Brandon Wong, let's grab your bag, Mr. Brandon. Okay, you're going to be right over here. Wait, you're going to have a box over here. Haha. All right. Give me a second here. Mr. Brandon. Very nice. Is the proposition nay or yay? On the trade, maybe give me a little more time to think about it, okay, Mr. Brandon, for the trade? We are? All right. We got these. Yeah, on the trade for the cards. All right. Whew. We've given $182 billion, and the rest is around to $80 billion. No one has gained anything and only put strain on the world. I still wonder if any of it would have happened if Trump had actually won the election last time. Well, I think I definitely feel that Putin has been looking for an opportunity. And when Biden failed really badly in Afghanistan, I don't think it was an accident that directly after that is when the war in Ukraine began. Putin saw it and he knew Americans had no stomach for war anymore. So he said, this is my once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to try and take Ukraine. At the same time, when we gave all that money to Iran, remember that we did the hostage exchange and they got like $3 billion per hostage or some crazy figure? Right after that, there was the attack in Israel because Iran suddenly had all this money for like 3 hostages or something. It was like 3 hostages or it was like a hostage exchange. They got like $3 billion per person. And so right after that, Hamas breaks into Israel, kills 1,200 people, and kidnaps a bunch of people. You don't think that's related? That's definitely related. Biden funded the terrorist attack in Israel by giving all that money to Iran. And what he really did was he raised the value of having hostages by like billions of dollars. It's crazy when you think about it. It's like, who doesn't want a hostage? Apparently, America pays $3 billion for that. And so they did a successful attack, 1,200 people dead, and then Israel, of course, did their crazy attack on the whole Gaza Strip, 4,800 people dead. It's just really horrible. And so it shows you, like, having a very weak leader, it definitely can cause destabilization. But just such a bad trade at $3 billion per person is just ridiculous, dude. And maybe Trump's an overcorrection to that. I don't know. But he's over there trying to get us the money back from the Ukraine war, or saying, hey, Ukraine, okay, go save yourself then, like save yourself. If you don't want to give us some of that value back in terms of mineral rights, save yourself. And that's the harsh truth. We don't have to fight amongst each other, because the harsh truth is that Ukraine's got a problem, and we don't have to be the world police. We don't have to fix it. There should be a benefit to us for fixing the world, right? So if there's a world problem over there, there should be a benefit to us for fixing it. It shouldn't just be that for no reason at all we're out there just defending every country. We don't share a lot with Ukraine. Last time I checked, like we're not best of pals. There's no special agreement between us. They are suddenly the most important things in our existence. It's like, when did that happen? And yeah, it's a weird thing. I look at it, and it's just strange to me how much money we're losing to just this like world police problem. I call it war socialism. I'm not a socialist. I don't like it. I don't like war socialism. I think it creates the wrong incentives. I think other countries will look at it and say, hey, we don't have to spend any money on our military. We can spend all our money on this and that, because if something bad happens, America will pay for it. And it's like, dude, it can't be that way anymore. We're actually broke already. America's broke now. So that's how I feel about it. I feel America's broke now, and it just has to change. It has to change. Anyways, there's a fun conversation. Putin is at least willing to talk and come to the table. Working with the country makes you... Well, I mean, the reason Putin's willing to talk is because he'd love to talk. Putin wants to be legitimized. He wants to be seen as a good guy. It's all social influence. So at this point, Putin wants to be looked at like a good guy and be on America's good side, and he wants Ukraine handed over. I mean, he did annex Crimea, and he did invade Ukraine. So for him, he probably feels like he's very close to winning, and he of course is going to be very nice. It's Ukraine who feels the pressure because it feels like it's about to lose. Put the cards in the bag. No, there's no more orders in there's no more orders in the queue, so we're all done for the day. We're at an hour and 17 minutes. Hello, sir. How much for one whole fresh box of PRB1? Yes, so PRB1, it is something I don't have a restock coming in on, and so it's just going to be the usual price per pack at the moment. Brandon says, I sent an order, a last one. We will go ahead and service that, Mr. Brandon. Here it is. He says 7 more packs on EK. All right, 7 packs on EK. You got it, man. All right, 7 more packs. I'm giving you this bonus card. Yeah, there were no more orders in the queue. That's why I was yapping. At 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll have a secondary stream tonight. Of course, it is Friday night. I wouldn't miss that for the world. Very fun conversation. We are talking about what exactly should be done with Ukraine and why, and who is our ally, and how should we think of, the cost of all this. There's a lot to think about. There's a lot to think about. And these conversations are what really fascinates me. We are. Hey, mister, if there's a way I can pay a check if my Gold Dawn is worth grading. Yeah, that's called a pre-grade. You can see that the pre-grades are something you can purchase. Pre-grading is where I give you a really careful look at the card and give you my opinion on it. And if you check the extended menu, sometimes called the secret menu, if you check that, you can see pre-grades are for sale over there. It was fun. I appreciate the perspective, incorrect or not. Here we are. Yeah. Here we are. Very nice. It was a really tense moment. If you guys didn't watch that, there's this clip of Zelensky and Trump and Vance fighting in front of reporters, just arguing with each other. Holy mommy, dude. All right, and here's... I'll wrap up soon because it's 7:36. It's pretty late. All right. I think there's a lot of Americans who very badly want to win. They want to save Ukraine. And it's kind of fascinating. I don't know when I became such a big fan of Ukraine. I don't know when I was on Ukraine's side. Like, somebody just set teams for me and said, this is our team and that's the enemy team. And I said, wait, why? We are. Very nice. We didn't have... Again, Ukraine's not in NATO. I don't even know how to feel about NATO these days. Like, why are we in charge of Europe, protecting Europe? I don't understand that part either. There we go. It was for the Cold War. That made a lot of sense back in the day. It was for the Cold War. Maybe it's supposedly keeping the world a lot safer. But maybe that's kind of become obsolete over time. Maybe over time it just sort of became this thing where the United States has to pay outrageous amounts of money to build up a huge military. That's our money. That's our taxpayer dollars. So we have this responsibility to just like save the world from the bad guys. It's like, maybe we're broke and we need to fix our country, and then Europe can go save Ukraine. That should be Europe's job, because the Ukraine is Europe's thing. And so that's the conversation. And I have those temptations, those feelings like, wait a second, what do we really get out of all this other than being bankrupt? So I think those are fair feelings. Don't you think those are fair feelings? It's interesting because I don't hear a lot of European countries really stepping forward and saying anything convincing to the United States about our role in the world. Like, America needs to defend Ukraine because of this reason and that reason. I don't hear a lot of that. It's just sort of like, you got any more money? You got any more of that money? You got any more of that money? Because you got some of it, don't you? That's how it feels. And we are broke. I see the debt. It's in my mind. I can't unsee it. And I want that to be solved. That's the bigger issue for me, is our debt. Our debt's the bigger issue. All right, I'm all done, guys. I'm hopping off. Interesting conversation. I'll see you guys tonight for the late night stream. It's Friday. I would hate to miss the Friday late night stream, so expect to see me there. I'll see you guys. We'll have some giveaways in the late night stream. See you there.